The Ivy League's always been a pioneer in a lot of things. We have a lot of history at our institutions, and we embrace that history, and we also like to advance the future.
We had a guy get a concussion. He ran into the umpire, actually.
There was no hesitation in taking him out and making sure that he was 100% ready to play, and he wasn't. And he was kept out of the game, even though it was a close game.
You can't say, I feel great and go straight in. You have to feel great and then pass tests.
His safety was put over the priority of winning that game. And I think that just kind of speaks to the seriousness of which here that concussions are taken.
The Ivy League has assumed a leadership role in protecting the welfare of our student athletes regarding concussions. We want to make sure that we're at the forefront of understanding concussion research, best practices, and that our student athletes are as safe as possible.
It's very different than an ankle sprain where you might allow them back when they're 80% and you can tape them. That we can't do that with the brain.
Kids are kids. Yes, they're bright, they're smart, but in the same essence, they're still 18 to 22. They still need guidance, they still need education.
You're not sure if athlete A and athlete B are thinking the same thing. So we have to straighten that out right away.
Our approach always is education and being honest. And I think the student athletes appreciate that.
They know from the beginning of the year that this is what we were talking about, and this is how we're going to treat you, and this is why we're going to treat you like we're going to treat you, so that your brain can function for the rest of your life.
I was actually diagnosed with a concussion my freshman year. And it's one of those things that you really can't play through.
It's the worst injury ever because you feel okay, but you're not.
I didn't have like an immediate headache, but I could sense that something was a little bit off.
I've seen players get a concussion and struggle in the classroom, and you definitely don't want it to carry over like that.
The most important thing is that we're Ivy Leaguers and we need our brain after hockey.
It's definitely comforting to have the trainer being there, being aware, like catching it early so you don't make it worse.
We've been doing this for so long. In the early 1980s, we started collecting this data. That basic research that was done then eventually evolved into the tools that we use today.
Coming to a school like this, you're not just coming to a place where you're just going to play a sport. You're coming to a place where you have a whole team of people looking after your brain.
Boy, I've been involved not only as a team physician here at Princeton, but I've been involved at the national level with the NCAA, with the CDC, with the NFL, with U.S. lacrosse, with U.S. soccer.
The big thing that the Ivy League has done is partner with the Big Ten.
Our collaboration with the Big Ten is a research-focused collaboration. As much as we've learned in the past several years about concussions, we've learned how much more we need to understand.
This cross-section will give us a much broader feel as to what is truly happening with these student athletes.
The more the merrier, really. So the Big Ten has really big links with the NCAA. They're actually funding some of these large studies. So it just stands to reason that everybody should work together. There is no rivalry, only on the field, but not when it comes to looking at how to cure a concussion.
We like to tap into those resources. We like to be on the forefront of research, and we like to get involved in that, and because we know in the long term we're making a difference.
I'm grateful that we have people who are willing to step in, no matter in an uncomfortable situation or a situation that may turn the outcome of the game and say, I'm looking out for your safety more so than this outcome of the game, because you matter as a person to me. And I think that's really special.
You need people like that to look out for you, because obviously if you're a competitive athlete, maybe you're not thinking about what you're going to be like, your mental capacity at 30, but they're thinking of your long-term health, and it's good to know that those people have your back.
That's part of what I love about my job, is just working with our student athletes and being able to have a little bit of a connection with them and hopefully help them through whatever injury that they have.
Someone once said to me, if you plant the seed now, you create shade for someone later. And so that's what I feel like we're doing.
So I hope that in 5 to 10 years, maybe even sooner, we actually have a test for concussions, that we will know when someone is concussed and when they're still suffering the effects of a concussion.
We have a unique opportunity to lead really the world in identifying ways to fix concussion.
Just to really set the gold standard and to be a pioneer for this.